Hi, thank you guys for clicking on this video. Today I'm going to be focusing on lighter skin complexions and really on the skin. So be sure to tune in and keep on watching. So first I'm going to start off by cleansing her face with a toner. This is just going to get rid of any dirt, excess makeup that she might have on her skin, anything that might be on her face. So now I'm going to go in with my moisturizer, my serum, and my primer. I'm going to focus my serum underneath the eyes. This is going to make sure that she does not receive any excess creasing under the eyes and ensure moisture stays there. Then we're going to go in with the moisturizer on the entirety of the face, including the cheeks, chin, forehead, eyes, everywhere on the face where her skin is visible. Next, I'm going to go in with my Milk Hydra Grip Primer, and I'm going to apply that all over the face as well, the same way we did with the moisturizer. Now I'm going to use this NYX eyebrow glue to lay down her brow hairs since they are a little bit more full. I'm going to make sure that all the hairs are laying in place and aren't moving around once I start working on the skin. Make sure you're using that spoolie to brush out the hairs thoroughly to make sure that they are all going in the same direction, and then once you finish, go over the top just to make sure that none are really out of place and you're shaping that brow. So I kind of moved the camera back so you can see her actual skin tone for her body and really visualize how I go about skin matching or matching the skin for our lighter tone clients. So as you can see, her face is a little bit lighter than the rest of her body. So the first shade that I'm going to go in with would match her face, but if you're looking at her arms, it's way too light for her arms. So then I'm going to go in with the second shade that I think would be a little bit more similar to her body, and then I'm going to apply that right next to it. So as you can see, that is a little dark for her, but once I put it over the other shade, it matched her perfectly. So what I'm going to do is combine the two to get her perfect shade. So I'm using the NARS Radiant Finish. And by mixing these two, one being warmer and one a little bit more on the cool side, it's going to make sure that it balances out and gives her a neutral type of look, but still give her a tan look. You'll see once I start blending her skin how it starts to match with her body. Even though it's not visibly matching her skin at the moment on her face, you're going to see it start to match as we start to apply it fully on her face. So I'm just applying a thin layer of foundation over the skin, just making sure that I'm doing it evenly. And again, it is going to look a little crazy before it looks how it's supposed to, but just trust the process. I am off camera wiping off any excess foundation that I have on my brush onto a paper towel, just to make sure that I'm not just rubbing foundation over the face, because that's going to ensure that you do get like a cakey finish, and we only do skin over here. Okay. So as you can see, I have the paper towel in my hand, and again, off camera, I'm rubbing off any excess that I might have and going over the entirety of the face, making sure that it's an even layer. I'm not focusing the foundation underneath the eyes because that's what concealer is for, and the more product that you pack under there, the more creasing you're going to get under the eyes as well. So now I'm going to go on my Tarte Shape Tape Concealer, and with the shade that is 1 to 2 shades lighter than her foundation, I'm going to apply that in a triangular shape and bring that to the bridge of the nose. I'm also going to apply that to the chin, the forehead, and the bridge of the nose as well. I'm not going to apply this concealer shade directly under the eye because we're going to use one that's more suited for brightening underneath there. It might look like I'm applying a lot of product, but it's really not. You have to remember that we didn't apply too much foundation on to those areas, so the majority of our coverage in that area will be from our concealer. I'm also going to apply some concealer on to the sides of her mouth, almost in a reverse contour fashion. This is going to help balance out some of the warmth from the foundation onto her skin as well. And once we start blending, you'll see that it helps neutralize that. So now I'm going to go in with that brighter concealer, which is 1 to 2 shades brighter than our first concealer, and apply that right under the eyes, down the bridge of the nose and forehead, and basically to the centers of all of the areas we applied concealer. I'm also going to go in with a stick foundation and apply that to the hollows of her cheeks, her forehead, and down the side of the bridge of her nose. And I'm using this for a cream contour on her face. I do like to use both a cream and a bronzer to help chisel out the face and add that warmth back in there as well. When it comes to snatching the nose, I like to apply my contour with a brush. I don't really like to use it from the straight container just because with using the brush, it helps to blend it out a little bit easier. And once I get to blending the concealer at the same time, it just becomes a lot more cohesive and blends perfectly. So now I'm going to go in with my Real Techniques setting brush, and I'm just going to use a patting motion across the face to help blend out those areas where we applied our concealer. I'm going to let the concealer that is directly under the eye sit a little bit longer than the rest of the concealer that we applied. And while that is sitting and becoming more tacky, which is going to allow us to get more coverage, I'm going to blend out the other areas on the face. Taking the same foundation brush, I'm just blending out my contour areas. I like to use my same foundation brush just because it helps with the blending process and make sure that everything just goes together smoothly. I also decided to leave this in the real time, so I didn't speed this video up whatsoever, just so you guys could see how fast I actually move once I start blending and things like that. But if it takes you a little bit longer, don't worry about it. Just make sure you take your time to ensure that your blends are perfect. I'm going to take that Real Techniques brush without adding any excess product and blend out the sides of her nose contour. Going back in with that lighter concealer shade, I'm going to add a little bit more underneath her eyes just to brighten it up a little bit more than we already have. I like to go back in with a little bit more product rather than having to remove excess product, because that's how you end up with cake face. And baby, we don't do that. I'm gonna say it again, we don't do that. So now going in with a Ben Nice translucent setting powder, I'm going to just press that into the skin with the setting brush. And I'm not necessarily baking the face, I'm just pressing this product into the skin. We're not done just yet, but I want you guys to see how her complexion is looking in regards to her body at this point, and you can see that it's starting to match really good. So now I'm going to go in with this bronzer, and I'm going to apply that to all of the areas we applied that first contour This is going to help set our contour and add even more warmth back into the face and give her that sun-kissed glowy look. This brush is one that I'm testing out for my cosmetics line, Forever Rain Beauty Collections. Go and check it out. I'll leave a link down below. But I'm really liking how this is applying this bronzer, so I think it might be a go. Let me know what y'all think below. But I'm also going to apply that same bronzer shade to the areas that we applied that contour in the bridge of the nose. And I'm taking a Real Techniques brush. I'm not exactly sure which one this is, but I'm just packing in that color onto the sides. It might look a little harsh right now, but don't worry, it's going to clear on up and get soft soon. Just gotta trust the process, y'all. I promise. I'm also going to apply this MAC Mineralized Skin Finish Powder. The same way I applied the bronzer. This is just gonna add extra warmth and give her that sun-kissed look. Going in with these two shades from this Juvia's palette, blush palette, I'm going to apply those to the apples of her cheeks, making sure I stay onto the high points, just to make sure that I keep her cheeks looking full. Using the same setting powder we use under the eyes and the rest of the face, I'm going to take a beauty sponge and just carve out the underneath of her contour and blush. This is going to add a very snatched look to the face. Just make sure you don't apply too much. I'm also going to use that setting powder around the nose area to help snatch that and take away some of the harshness from those contour areas. So I'm going to apply the sides at an angle, you'll see in a moment. And these are going to be the only areas that I leave to bake on the face. I'm not really going to speak too much on the eyeshadow portion, just because I want this video to focus more so on the complexion. However, I will have some very, very, very detailed videos posted on my website soon for purchase. So be on the lookout for that and enjoy this little snippet of eyeshadow makeup therapy. If you watched the video thus far, thank you. And also leave down below in the comments what kind of videos you want to see in the future. I was thinking about doing a couple of videos for those of you who are interested in becoming makeup artists and helping you guys on your journey. But let me know for yourself what kind of videos you want to see, and I'll try to get those out to you as soon as possible. Thank you, and keep on watching till the end. Y'all, don't mind my client's facial expressions. We were talking about the Jelani Day case, so we was getting a little heated. We was in a little bit in the moment, as you can only imagine. And my heart goes out to his mother and his family and anybody who knew him personally. It breaks my heart, literally. But, yeah, we were just in the moment talking about that. That's why you're going to see some of her facial expressions. So back to the complexion, I'm going to apply this MAC Studio Fix foundation powder just to wipe out the excess translucent powder. This is going to make sure you don't get any type of flashback and maintain that color in the face. So I'm going to go in with this Midnight Final Seal setting spray, and I'm going to spray that onto my brush and then press my foundation brush into the skin. And as you can see, it's starting to get rid of any type of ashiness that might have been on the face. It really brings the colors that we all put onto the face in action. Like, I don't even know how to explain it, but if you take anything from this, take that step. I promise you will not regret it, y'all. That's a must. I'm also going in with a Forever Rain brow pencil that I've been testing out on a lot of my clients, and it will be stocking in soon, so be on the lookout for that. But when I tell y'all that this brush is so creamy and pigmented, a lot of the times when I do brows, last brow pencils that I've used in my experience are more dry, so whenever I apply it over the foundation, it looks very thin. It's not really moving how it's supposed to, or it pulls on the skin. It isn't moving nearly as smoothly as this one does, and I'm telling y'all, you're gonna love it. It's gonna be multiple different shades, and just look at the pigmentation that you get without really having to apply any pressure on the skin whatsoever. No tugging, none of that. That's what you want, baby. I'm also going to go in with this setting spray and my Heaven's Hue highlighter and apply that to the high points of the cheeks, the cupid's bow, and her bridge of her nose and brow bone. And this highlighter is bomb, baby. Like, just look at that. Come on, don't play. On any areas that you feel like you applied too much highlighter, just go back over it with your foundation brush. And then I'm going to take this micellar water and a Q-tip and just take off any excess foundation that might have been on her lips. So when we apply that lip liner, it shows up as its true shade. So this is the brown lip liner that I'm testing. This is not the melanin lip liner shade that I already have. It's a little bit lighter than that shade. I did end up going back in with the melanin lip liner just because I wanted something a little bit deeper for this look than this particular lip liner was giving. But don't get me wrong though, this shade is totally beautiful. And in fact, I am going to restock this shade. So let me know, what should I name this shade below? What is it giving? I don't know, it's giving Teddy to me, but let me know in the comments what you think. And again, like I said before, I'm going to go back in with that melanin lip liner shade right on top of this lip liner that I applied previously. For this look, I'm going to use the Forever Rain lip gloss in Peachy and Tempted. And I just want to know, why haven't you shopped, baby? Go shop. But we're going to apply Peachy all over the lips. And I'm going to have her pop her lips to blend. I'm also going to go in with Icy right over the lip liner, which is just a clear gloss. This is going to help pop that lip liner color out and really help define the lips. I got this tip from Beauty by Courtney on Instagram. She is Bomb AF and also from Chicago. As you can see, this is what Peachy looks like. Real bomb, you know, pretty AF. But I wanted it to be a little bit lighter towards the center of her lips. So I'm going to apply Tempted in those areas. Just have her pop to blends. What I really love about my glosses is that I don't have to apply any type of liquid lipstick in order to get this type of pigmentation on the lips. So now I'm just going to add my Morphe Satin Spray and my Charlotte Tilbury spray, and this is the final look. Is it not giving skin? Is it giving what it's supposed to give, baby? Thank you for watching, and hope to see you guys on my next video. Bye.